Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on travel graphs. In mathematics, travel graphs are used to show a journey that has been undertaken. The time is shown on the x-axis and the distance is shown on the y-axis. The following examples will illustrate how a travel graph can be used. So here is a graph and it shows us Dan's walking trek. The x-axis is always the horizontal axis and the y-axis is always the vertical axis. Now we saw that before when we did some work on plotting points on a number plane. So the time is shown on the horizontal axis, the distance is shown on the vertical axis. In this particular case, the time is shown in hours and the distance from home is shown in kilometres. The first question says, how long did Dan walk before he had a rest? So we're looking for time. We follow the line because there's a slope here. Whenever there's a slope, that means walking is taking place. As soon as we see a horizontal line, that means no walking is taking place. The time is taking place, but there's no movement in the vertical direction, so there's no walking. So, how long did Dan walk before he rested? 1 hour. There it is there. Question 2, how far did he walk before he rested? Now, the distance will be 2 kilometres. There it is there. So basically, he walked for 1 hour and he did 2 kilometres. So it was a very slow walk. He was just really ambling. Maybe he was just looking around as he was walking. How long was the rest? Well, from there to there, so between each vertical line is half an hour. So the rest was for 30 minutes. For how long was the second rest? The second rest was from here to here, so it was a little bit longer. 30 minutes plus 30 is 1 hour. Maybe he had lunch. That's probably why the time there is a little bit longer. Maybe he stopped to have lunch. So the second rest was for 1 hour. How long did Dan take to walk home? Now, to walk home basically was from this time here, right, from there to there. That's how long he took to walk home. So let's look. Half an hour, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So Dan took 2 hours to walk home. So this is a very basic travel graph. Whenever you've got slopes like that, that means walking is taking place. Whenever you've got horizontal lines like that, that means no walking is taking place. Maybe the person had a rest, but the time is still happening. You can't stop the time, but you can stop the walking. Let's look at the next example. Example 2. A family left their home in Preston to travel to Liverpool before returning home later in the day. Right, so here we have Preston. So at 8 o'clock in the morning, the family set off. What's the first question? How far did the family travel before the first stop? So distance is always there. So they travelled for 40 kilometres, because from there to there is 40. How far was it to Liverpool from Preston? So from their home, how far is that journey? Well, from 0 right up to there, that's 90 kilometres, because there's 80 and there's 100, so that must be 90. So the answer is 90 kilometres. How far is it from Formby to Liverpool? Well, Formby is 40 kilometres away, and Liverpool is 90, so 90 minus 40 is 50. So the distance from Formby to Liverpool is 50 kilometres. And how long did it take to get home from Liverpool? Well, let's have a look. So each of these, so from 10, 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12 o'clock. So that's half an hour for each of those intervals there. So from there to there must be 1 hour. So to get home, they took 1 hour. So this video has introduced us to the basic idea of travel graphs, where we have time on the horizontal axis, distance on the vertical axis. Whenever there's a slope, that shows travelling is taking place, and whenever there's a horizontal line, that means a rest is taking place.